Well, YouTube, the gun debate is settled. It's over and it is finished. No more will we even myself as a Second Amendment constitutionalist. Never again will I tolerate the question, why do you need guns? Or why do you need 30 rounds in a magazine? Look at the world. Right? The world is on fire, quite literally. Um, there are riots in some 20 different cities, and like I don't know how many states anymore, but there's martial law being put into effect. Donald Trump is talking about putting the military on the ground, and if the governors don't man up and take control of their cities, which they should, the doctrine of appeasement just doesn't work, and you cannot appease criminals. So I have a lot I want to talk about in the next few days. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do so. I got a lot to talk about, a lot on my mind lately, and but tonight I'm going to talk about gun rights, the debate over gun rights, the Second Amendment, and why it's necessary. Our founders were very wise men. They recognized that in a world with imperfect, sinful citizens, that we are going to need to protect ourselves from one another, and more than likely, from the government. So the government really has, I mean, of all the jobs that they have, their primary job is to protect our rights. And our primary rights, as codified in the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, are that of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And if the government cannot or refuses to protect those rights, then it's upon you. And really, you should be you should be your first line of self-defense regardless. Let's face it, police response times, if you are in the middle of a hot burglary, for example, your house is being broken into and you are inside, you cannot count on the police to get there to save you before the criminals have done what they want to do. So the debate is over. Let's look at some stories here. This from TMZ.com. LA home and store owners load up on guns just like the 92 riots. That is on TMZ.com right now. Check this out. No reports of vandalism after armed citizens protect businesses, police say. This is from KEPR. This is a local news website in Kennewick, Washington. Kennewick police tell Action News that they have not received any reports of vandalism at businesses on Monday. Action News witnessed over 100 armed residents parked in front of many businesses late at night on Monday. A Facebook group called Defend the Try has over 5,000 members after launching on Monday. Action News, many of them armed. I don't know why they put that in there. Many of them armed with rifles and bats parked in front of several businesses. Members of the group parked at Sportsman Warehouse, Michaels, Office Depot, Best Buy, Ranch, and Home, and many other businesses. Many stores in the area decided to close early based on social media threats to vandalize Best Buy. Several officers from surrounding agencies were also patrolling the area. I don't know if this is the same city, but I watched a Facebook Live video today that was also in Washington, and they were saying basically like protesters from Spokane were threatening to come down there on social media and start trouble. And this looked like more of a downtown residential, not a residential, but a downtown business district. Picture, I don't know, definitely a smaller town, not a city with a lot of, I don't know. I'm picturing my own town here, but there must have been at least 150 men with AR-15s standing in front of the businesses, standing in front of the bars, and people walking by. It was probably the most safe anyone has ever felt in their lives, right? So that's why we have the Second Amendment. Let's see. This from Reason.com. Black civilians arm themselves to protest racial violence and protect black-owned businesses. So think about who's getting hurt most in these riots. It is these men defending their businesses that are getting hurt by these riots, right? Because the rioters aren't going into the suburbs, they aren't going into rural areas. And I think I know why. It's because there's no such thing as rubber bullets in rural areas. I've been to a lot of gun stores, and I've never seen rubber bullets. I've never seen beanbag rounds. I've seen a lot of lead. I've seen a lot of full metal jacket and jacketed hollow points, but I have never seen a rubber bullet. So, look, I'm a Christian pacifist. I'm not shooting anybody, okay? But as someone who cares about my community, I will stand next to somebody defending their business, happily reloading for them, okay? So whatever it is that you have to do to protect yourself, just remember you and you alone are your first best line of defense for your own life. Don't count on the government. Don't count on the police. If you haven't noticed, they may not be up to the task. Now, if you live in a red city or a red district, you're probably a little bit better off. You might be a little bit safer, but if you live in a blue district like Philadelphia, I saw men in Philadelphia literally marching the streets with baseball bats. Why? Because the gun laws are ridiculous in Pennsylvania. Ridiculous. Same thing with California. And it's funny, all these 600, what did I hear? Like 40% of new gun purchases are from first-time gun buyers in the month of May here. And what people are learning is the frustration. You know, they've been hearing in the news for years and years about gun show loopholes and how easy it is to get a gun. And then they go to buy one and like, what do you mean I gotta wait 10 days for a background check? I need this thing right now. Well, you get what you vote for, America. So we need to remember this the next election. You need to remember the people who don't want you to be able to protect yourselves. Because this is what it's about, right? Why do you think they've been trying to take your guns? Why do you think they've been trying to limit your magazine capacities? Right? This isn't rocket science here. So the debate is over. Don't even entertain it. Just point to the news. That's all I got to say about that, guys. Like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. See you.